Hey Dubes, Jonathan was wrong here. Truth on the budget. Taking my breath. It is freezing out. I'm inside my car right now, and it says 8 degrees. It just turned winter, so that's pretty disconcerting, even for the Northeast. It's like a beautiful, bright, sunny day, and it is bitterly cold. So that's not great. But yeah, hi. Happy New Year and all that. It's the new year. So I'm out right now. I gotta do a couple things at my mother's house. Got some, need access to the computer, do some emails, all that. All that fun, happy stuff. And gosh, there was a couple things I wanted to talk about. Let's see if I can recall them. Get my brain meats in order. As it is early and I am not fully awoken yet. Anyway, yeah, how was everyone's quote-unquote New Year? Because, this is the perfect time to celebrate the New Year. Because it's so clearly a new year. Everything's new. So much new stuff. It's not like winter just started and it's freezing and, everyone's like locked indoors. But, New Year. Richie from Boston was talking about, I think yesterday, about, obviously this isn't the new year. This isn't when it should be celebrated. Obviously, I mean, why would this, it's not even, winter's not even over yet, why would you, hey, let's start the year on winter, because, that seems like it's just, more the same, opposite crap, what's the opposite of, the opposite of spring isn't fall. Fall's very similar to spring, it's not an opposite. The opposite of spring is winter. Sometimes when people think opposite, they go to, they're not really thinking about it right, and they think, well, the opposite's that. It's like, well, no, that's kind of the same thing. It's not quite the opposite, I don't know. Two sides of the same coin are not always opposite, I guess. Such as fall and spring, as they are transitional seasons. But yeah, like I said, the opposite of spring is winter, because in spring everything's coming to life, everything's nice, and in winter it's like everything's officially dead and it's cold and you can't go out and enjoy the day and do things, especially when it's 8 degrees out without wind chill. With wind chill, I would imagine it's got to be maybe negative. I have no idea. Either way, probably not a great day to have to run some errands, but I, for some reason, got hit with a ton of crap right at the end of the year. So I got to do all this crap now to avoid legal issue, and I'm also trying to get a job, which, isn't easy. Having a hard time nowadays. You remember, factory work used to be like the bottom of the barrel, at least you can go work in a factory somewhere. I'm old enough where I still recall that being a thing. I guarantee it's not a thing anymore, because go try to find factory work. It is few and far between, and you need to have all sorts of certifications and stuff. Whenever I look for work, I find that everyone's always looking for someone that's already experienced, but you can't find the base level stuff, I have no problem, being an apprentice. I do that in a heartbeat, obviously just as long as I'm making at least a little money, because I have bills to pay. We're at a different world, and I could, work for knowledge. I would be all over that, but it's not the kind of world that we live in. So it just sucks if you want to break into something. There's no way to do it unless I guess you have to go to school or something for years. But even then, that's not experience. You just have a have a, you know, like I went to school for this. It's like, oh, well, do you have 3 years experience doing it? Well, no. You know, it's like I don't understand how you're supposed to accumulate these years of experience doing things when you can't get in doing it. You know, I guess you gotta know somebody or something. I obviously do not. I know nobody. I have 0 connections. That's kind of my thing. Wow, the whole ocean's frozen over. The bay is, I mean. Not that the bay is like fresh water. Gosh, look at this. This is brutal. Sorry, I'm taking a little ride and it's like winter apocalypse out. It's not like nice, you know. Like it doesn't look pretty. It looks like cold. Like everything's white. Like the street's white. Everything's white. Oh, we got a hover plane. Anyway, oh gosh, what was I talking about? Oh yes, so someone got me thinking on another thing. I was thinking about this too anyways, because I've also been noticing it. But generally when I see a few people are on the same page about something, I think it's time to make a video about it. But we're all, once again, I feel like I've been making a few of these, you know, I feel like maybe once a month I might make one of these, but we're all getting a little stressed out again in the truth community again, and I'm seeing a lot of people, you know, stressing out. You know, we're not. It's hard, you know. I mean, I know for myself it's hard because I, you know, like I got no one in my personal life. I got, you know, I don't really have anyone to talk to about anything, like actually, you know, other than this. You know, and it's just it's I imagine it's the same for, you know, everyone else in our situation. Like you got no one to talk to. You see stuff all the time. Like the world's like you're living in a effing, you know, Twilight Zone episode, and everyone, like, no one's noticing no one sees what you see, and everyone says you're this, you're that, you're crazy, you're delusional, you're whatever, when it's like you're the only one that's not drinking, and you're the only one that doesn't watch television, and you're the only one that's not on pills, and like, you know, but you're the only one that's crazy. I don't know. It's maddening, you know? It's maddening. You spend all day, every day, either if you're not dealing with it, like just by it, you know, being in your face and having to just, you know, not, you know, it's like you bug everyone around you, but it's like, it's literally everywhere. It's literally everywhere. It's like walking down the street and there's these little gnomes are just running around like stabbing everybody, and it's like, hey, what's with all these little gnomes running around stabbing everyone? This is a nightmare. And people are like, what are you, a effing psycho? What are you talking about? No, that's natural. That's, you know, Todd just got stabbed to death because, you know, that's a natural occurrence. That's global warming, you know? Oh, you know, Susie's legs are all cut up. It's the global warming. That's why. You know, I don't know. That's probably not even a good analogy. It's probably an insane analogy. Little knife gnomes. But like, seriously, it's just no one sees what you see, and when you try to show them, they still don't see it, and it's like, it is baffling, and it's stressful. And, you know, we spend all day, every day, like I said, either looking at it and dealing with it, or trying to like wake people up to what's going on, and no one wants to hear it, and people respond to it negatively. So it's, you know, so we're all kind of losing it, you know. It's effing hard. What do? You know, we don't, you know, it's not like we got the money and resources and capabilities to just all like band together and have like one little like truther society of like five, like was there 5,000 of us? You know, like whatever amount of actual, you know, real, I'm not talking about people like, you know, who are just into the sensationalism or those, you know, conspiracy people. Conspiracy people aren't truthers, all right? If you think everything is, you know, effing space aliens and... Okay, I'm staring at a plane just sitting there in the sky. Hi. Ugh. What the hell's I talking about? You know, if you're one of those, you know, if you're one of those people that, you know, still think, I don't know, if you're into like, if you, what I would qualify as one of those tinfoil hat people where everything's a thing, but stupidly, you know, there's a difference between like, hey, that's a 666, hey, that's a satanic symbol, hey, you know, because they clearly are, and they're open about it. They're literally open. When you have eyes to see, you see them making expressions like, here it is, here, look at me doing a 666, hello, like you can see it in their face, like they're making a face like, look what I'm doing. They make it obvious for a reason, because they make it obvious for people, with people who have eyes to see and ears to hear, so they can stay away from it. You know, these things are set up for a reason, and it's just, you know, and then you got those crazy tinfoil hatters that we're like that we're lumped in with, and they don't see what we see. They follow the you know, whatever crazy, you know, narrative of, you know, like the Nibiru, you know, they follow the government narrative. Whatever the CIA and FBI and, you know, whatever they're putting out, that's what they're following. We're not with those people. Those are crazy people. You know, people on the outside, you know, think we're the same. No. You know why? Those people don't talk about Jesus. Dead giveaway. If someone never mentions Jesus, they're not on the right track. You can't be this deep into understanding the world and what's going on and not recognize that there's a satanic agenda and a war against Christ. Like, if you can't see that, I don't know what you're looking at. You're not digging deep enough. If you think there's space and space aliens and all this other crap, you're not digging deep enough. You're not with us. You know? Those people aren't stressed out because they're just sensationalists. Or they're just nuts anyways, and they're paranoid about, you know, stuff that isn't real. Which, once again, to the outsider probably, you know, sounds like, look at this dude. He's talking about like demons and Satan and stuff, and he's talking about people being like delusional and out of touch. Anyway, I don't know. But if you're losing your gourd, if you lost your gourd, if your gourd's rattling, you know, if it's lost in a tree, whatever, you're not alone. You know, we're all becoming a little unhinged. It's hard. It's hard being the only one, you know, personally, who understands and sees like the effing planet. You know, it's just baffling. I don't know how so few people are even kind of aware what's going on, you know? Like, how it's a, you know, how can it be a clear blue sky? This person is all over the road. And you know, there'd be a plane just sitting there in the middle of the sky and no one notices. It's nuts. You know? And if you point it out to someone, they're just like, you know, look at you like they're like, what? Like what? What is, so it's an airplane? Yeah, it's an airplane not moving. It's like, but it's in the sky. But it's not moving in the sky. You know, I don't know. It's weird. Oh, look, that hover plane is still very, very ridiculously slowly working its way across. You know that plane I mentioned like 5-10 minutes ago on like the other side of the hill? It's still there. Slowly, it's moved like 3 feet, you know, from our perspective. Nothing to see here, because it's in the sky. It's flying. It's up. It's in the sky. What are you, crazy? Of course it's flying. I don't know. People can't look at something for longer than 2 seconds either. I don't know, man. It sucks. It's hard. You know, there's so few people who are just, I don't know, worth a crap. You know, you think, like, you trust people and they, you know, they end up screwing you all over the place. People that thought were your friends, you know, aren't. Just using you. I don't know. It's rough. It's rough for everyone. Kind of speaking personally right now, obviously. That's a whole can of bananas I'm not going to bother to get into right now. I really wish I, you know, just could find, I don't know, why, just want to get a regular job that isn't like prostitution or like murdering people, and make enough money to live somewhere and not be a effing captive. You know, that's really just what I want, to not be a prisoner. That'd be nice. Anyway, I'm running over this 16-minute mark, and I'm not even quite sure if or how many points I made. So yeah. Yeah, I gotta get to my mom's house. Anyway, I don't know. I'm stressed out. We all are. 2018 is gonna suck. I got no good news for you except Jesus loves you. And yeah, see you on the other side. So, or you know, see you in the cages if you live in the quadrant 1, quadrant A, wherever we are. Blah blah blah. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day and God bless you.